All right, we are back on the road. I went and checked out a little bit of that town, and it's a good breaking point. It's about halfway between, and they have decent hotels. And also, there was a not bad restaurant. The restaurant was family run. The grandson of the woman whose recipes it was there that day, yesterday. And he chatted with me for a few minutes about a few things. He said he was a trucker now, but that he had been a vet and had served in Germany in advance of and perhaps during the first Gulf War. But he grew up right around where you just saw there, some of those places. And when I saw that town and Deming, the neighboring town, where the hotels were so run down and restaurants were closed, I mean, dozens of closed businesses. And I asked him about it. He kind of said, well, yeah, a lot of people here go into the military, a lot of people leave, and they said, well, where do they go? He said, well, they want to live in a city or they want to go someplace else. So I think these are towns that are, at one time they were probably thriving considerably better than they are now. But a town of 3,500, 4,000 has the interest to put up a park like that for the first responders and vets and so on. That's a very interesting thing to me from the angle of thinking about what this place was and what it is now. I mean, today's Saturday, so one of the reasons why I didn't want to go to any of the parks or to the cliff dwellings at Gila Springs and so on is because it'll be packed full of tourists today. If it was a weekday, and it will be probably on the way back, I'd be more apt to go check it out. Part of that contrast between the active slow motion genociding of a previously existing culture that had been here for tens of thousands of years and replacing it with monuments that are designed to last for thousands of years within the space of a few years is problematic in some ways. I mean, we have to balance our appreciation. Of course, I'm not against a park like that, but just looking at it with the misspelled words and the fact that it was built last year, and that town is just basically there's no one in that town. The only people who are going to see that are people who are passing through that town like I was. It's in a hot, empty space right next to the federal courthouse, post office, and the school. So maybe the kids will see it, I suppose. What, a few hundred kids? So what exactly is happening? I'm about to enter Arizona too, which I know is a right-wing state. I mean, frankly, I should have concerns. I could be pulled over simply for having the color of skin that I do in Arizona, which would upset me, and I would film it. I'm not sure that the normative dialogue or the mainstream media dialogue or the national narrative that's been pounded now for about 50 years is even remotely close to the truth anymore. It seems much more like kind of a substitute, a social truth substituted for real truth, as Octavio Paz put it many, many years ago. I don't know. I'm going to pass through a couple of college towns now. I wonder what the college kids think. Maybe I'll stop in Tucson for a coffee and ask a couple of them. MTK the Talktopus on the road here. Hope you're having a great Saturday. Happy weekend to all of you.